During a recent VFR trip south, I shot some in-flight video for the first time. So instead of writing a trip report for the Flying Club's blog, I'm doing it in this format. Rhoda and I were headed to a conference in D.C., so we decided to take a Club Skyhawk to Montgomery County Airport in Gaithersburg, Maryland. From there, we could grab a taxi to the metro station and ride that on into the city. I hadn't dealt with the post-9/11 flight restrictions for that region, so I thought I'd share what I learned. Obviously, this isn't official information, so all disclaimers apply. Briefly, if you fly within 60 miles of Washington, you have to complete an online training course. And if you want to penetrate the area within a 30-mile radius of the Washington VOR, you have to file a special flight plan if you're flying VFR. There's also a no-fly zone that is off-limits to non-commercial flights, at least unless you're prepared to jump through a bunch of advanced security hoops. The area inside that 30-mile ring is named the Washington Special Flight Rules Area, or SFRA. The key element that's required to fly inside that area is a unique type of flight plan. This SFRA flight plan is filed online prior to departure and then activated while airborne prior to entering the SFRA. The FAA's online training provides clear instructions and examples. Depending on your route, you'll need to choose a defined gate through which you'll enter the SFRA. While the word gate sounds like a narrow passage, it's actually just a name given to the 8 segments of that circle extending 30 miles around Washington, with the width of each segment ranging from around 20 to 70 degrees of the arc. Our direct route from Ithaca to Gaithersburg took us through the gate named Woolley. Since a flight plan needs both departure and destination locations, our flight plan to enter the SFRA showed Woolley as our departure point, with Gaithersburg as the destination. So I did the final planning the night before our Thursday departure and filed my SFRA flight plan. In addition, I wanted to get VFR traffic advisories or flight following for the entire trip, so I used an unofficial process that's caught on in recent years. And that trick is to file an IFR flight plan but specify a VFR altitude and note in the remarks that the plan is only to request VFR flight following, not to get an IFR clearance. Using this process enables you to get your VFR flight information into the air traffic control system prior to departure instead of waiting until you're airborne and making a pop-up request. The idea is to reduce ATC data entry workload, thus making it easier for controllers to provide that VFR flight following. Okay, so now we're pre-flighted and ready for departure from Ithaca.
Ithaca ground, Cessna 66230 has Charlie, ready to taxi VFR southbound. I'd like to pick up a flight following clearance if you have that.
Cessna 66230, runway 14, taxi via Echo and Alpha. And advise when you're ready for a squawk code and frequency.
Go ahead with the code.
Cessna 230, departure control would be Elmira, departure 124.3, squawk 2754.
That's 124.3 for Elmira, departure, squawk 2754, 66230.
Cessna 230, that readback is correct, and change the taxi instructions. Runway 14, taxi via Delta Alpha.
Taxi to 14 via Delta Alpha, 66230.
Cap 3128 at the tower, plan to enter right base, runway 14, and say again your distance from the field.
Delta Alpha, Echo with you, 3128.
Cessna 66230, traffic for you is a regional jet. About 10 miles south will be entering the right downwind. Runway 14, right turn on course approved. Wind is 160 for clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 14. I'll watch for the regional jet, 66230.
We're really fortunate to have great air traffic control staff in upstate New York.
Clear to land 14, Wisconsin, 3998.
Cessna 230, what's your on-course heading?
210.
Cessna 230, roger. Proceed on course. Regional jet traffic on that wide right downwind is well clear of you now. Contact Elmira 124.3.
Regional jet in sight. I'll contact Elmira 66230, thanks. Elmira departure, Cessna 66230 off of Ithaca, 3000 climbing to 8500.
Number 66230, Elmira departure, maintain VFR below 5500 for now.
VFR below 5500, Cessna 66230.
November 1 Victor Tango, you climbing to 7500, you say? 230, radar contact 5 miles south of Ithaca Airport. Climb requested VFR altitude.
Climbing to 8500, 66230.
November 230, maintain VFR 7000. I got crossing Bonanza traffic at VFR 75. I'll get you the rest of the way up here in just a couple miles.
Climb to 7000, 230.
November 230, change to my frequency 119.45.
Going to 119.45, 230.
So we climbed to 8,500 feet and got a beautiful ride on top of a scattered to broken layer all the way to Washington.
Site for visual approach. 1,300 and then call University Park 304. Center 914 Bravo Charlie, going to start our VFR descent to University Park. Okay, multiple airplanes on top of each other. 4 Bravo Charlie beginning descent, thank you. Who else said something?
New York Center, Bonanza 400 Whiskey Tango, 11,000.
400 Whiskey Tango, New York Center, roger. The altimeter setting at, let's see here, State College is 3027.
3027, Foreign Tango.
So Rhoda, I brought some in-flight snacks.
Oh, good, yeah. Thanks.
This East Hill pancake is just outstanding.
Oh, that's funny. That's so funny.
New York Center, Mooney 914 Bravo Charlie has University Park in sight. 4 Bravo Charlie, right.
Do the chickens eat those?
The chickens absolutely love the pancakes, but I won't give them very many because I like to save them to give my passengers when I'm flying.
I had assumed that my flight following would be terminated and I would have to separately activate the SFRA flight plan when I approached the 30-mile ring around Washington, just like the online training had specified. However, instead of terminating my VFR flight following, the controller just confirmed that my descent profile would keep me clear of the Class Bravo airspace and then pass me over to Potomac approach. The process was certainly easy and seamless from my perspective, no different than any other handoff from center to an approach.
Contact Potomac approach 125.8, 25.8, get in.
25.8, appreciate your help.
Number 230, you have Gaithersburg in sight now, 12 o'clock, 4 miles.
Affirmative, Gaithersburg in sight,
230, roger, remain on your squawk code at all times until you're on the ramp on the ground. Change to advisory frequency is approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved, thanks for your help, 230.
Mercury 3517, correction 3571, turn left heading 170.
No, turn to 170, Mercury 3571.
Montgomery traffic, Cessna 66230, entering left downwind for 14, Montgomery. Montgomery traffic, Cessna 66230, turning left base for 14, Montgomery. Montgomery traffic, Cessna 66230, on final 14, Montgomery.
Arrival at Gaithersburg was routine, and the FBO, DC Metro Aviation, provided absolutely outstanding service. The next day, late Friday afternoon, we made the hop over to Baltimore to visit our son. Since we were departing from an airport inside the SFRA, an exit flight plan is also required, with the destination on the plan being one of the exit gates, which in our case was again Woolley. It was Friday afternoon, rush hour, so clearance delivery was busy, and we had about a 10-minute wait before we could depart Gaithersburg. The direct route for this short flight was through the middle of BWI's airspace, but it was rush hour, and we predictably had to remain clear of Class Bravo. So we headed northeast to circle around under the floor of their 2,500-foot Class B ring. Our destination was Essex Sky Park, a great little historic airport a few miles southeast of Baltimore. Essex doesn't have any services, but does have a new 2,000 by 28-foot asphalt runway situated on a wooded peninsula alongside the Back River, which doubles as a charted 3,000-foot seaport.